Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to IG versus Vici Gaming. You are watching the lower bracket of the Chinese qualifier of the Star Ladder I-League Invitational Season 3, Game 2, with IG leading 1-0. I am Luminous, joined by Tsunami, and we are in crunch time. If Vici Gaming loses this one, they are out of running, and they're going to open up the draft with a Bane and Kunkka. And Bane Kunkka goes really well with Mirana, but they don't have Gaze of Death, so I guess.
It's okay. It's not banned out. Oh. Yeah, no, it's not banned out yet. They can still pick it up. Oh, you meant for... Oh, I see,
For
I see.
Vici. I think a Mirana would go well with that, right?
It would be.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the play now. You don't
Take
go for
Mirana.
the ban. That's what... You fell into a trap. You unleashed the Bloodseeker.
Just give him Mirana. His Mirana is actually not like that oppressive, the way that Bloodseeker was in that game.
Invictus Gaming's turn to ban.
I mean, honestly, he played this Bloodseeker a lot how he plays Mirana. Like, he wasn't rupturing constantly off cooldown. It was whenever it was convenient to show up to a fight, much like a Mirana, and contribute an arrow, this was how he was showing up to fights as a Bloodseeker. The only difference is that, I guess, during the laning phase, he was initiating with Rupture, but even that, like, stopped happening. He never started a fight with Rupture. He would always leave it up to Bobica Earth Spirit most of the time.
True. I just feel like he's more in your face, but that's not to say that the playstyle has changed, but more so just the nature of the Bloodseeker. But you're right, they are relying a lot on Earth Spirit. And I wonder if one of these days we're going to ban Bobica's Earth Spirit. Not that I don't want to see it, just that I think you have a better chance of beating them when he's not playing his best hero.
Yeah, no, I agree. But teams have not been respecting it throughout this qualifier. But
Invictus Gaming.
he's gonna get it yet again, and OP is gonna get Death Prophet. He actually did not contribute very much, in my opinion, in Game 1 on that Ember Spirit. It was maybe because he was being focused down a lot, but for once I felt like Gaze of Death like significantly had a larger impact than OP in an IG draft.
Ooh, here we go. I'm excited for this one. The Paparazzi Venomancer. I am gonna blink in and ult you with an Acceptor, and I don't care what happens, Venomancer. Now, he can't really do it all on his own. What he's really good at with this hero is that he's good at kind of controlling an area of the map, pushing deeply next to your tier 2 or something like that, and make you overcommit to get these kills. I also think that having these Venomancer wards is gonna be somewhat annoying to Bobica. Just give vision here and there, but also seeing where he's coming from, annoying him as he moves through the jungle, stuff like that. I think it's a very good pick for Vici.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
I definitely agree with the justification how it's going to be a hindrance to Earth Spirit's roaming capabilities, and also not really a particularly easy hero to gank either. More often than not, we'll see if Bobica like manages to have a good laning phase, or if he does not have a good laning phase, that he's not the best at recovering from what I can see of Bobica. Like, he won't ever fall off, but if Bobica gets a good start, then he's like in control the entire game. And if he has like a mediocre start, then he has like a mediocre impact all game long. And Veno is a very difficult hero to gank, and DK is also a very difficult hero to gank.
I think that's the same for Q as well. I remember yesterday the two IG supports were combined for like 1 and 25 as a score at the end of the game.
Right.
So slowing them down is a good start. And you mentioned about, you know, Venomancer, and now DK is going to be a hard hero to actually roam on and get kills. And you have Bane. I think Bane is often forgotten as one of the strongest early game roamers. He has great stats, and it's just hard to trade against him because Brain Sap has such low mana, so he gets to spam it quite frequently. So I think no matter where Banes go, he's going to be able to win the lane, whether it's the Veno lane or the mid lane.
Invictus
Or it could just be dual roaming with Kunkka. Maybe you're picking these very self-sufficient cores of Batten, DK, Veno. None of these heroes really need a lane support. So Bane and Kunkka can just take a world tour of the map. If they find an opportunity to go for a kill, go for it. Otherwise, you can stick around and bully a lane for a little bit and then go somewhere else.
Now, I do have a concern with this draft, is that they do a lot of damage, but not very quickly. So I feel like, I mean, as a Venomancer, you always want to take long and drawn out team fights, but at the same time, there's a Death Prophet on the other side. There's the Earth Spirit Magnetize. So because Vici lack burst damage, I think they could get themselves into trouble if they don't get the right initiation, or if Venno doesn't get off a really good ult.
Do you think maybe they'll get an Aghanim Scepter on Abaddon to deal with that?
Select your heroes.
'Cause why
I don't know.
Abaddon? That's my question. Because this is a hero that we have not seen at all throughout the qualifier, and a hero that's not very popular either.
Yeah.
And so, whenever you see an Abaddon, the questions are like, okay, so
Why not
Shield
LC?
Purge, it's going to be great against Batrider, but that's assuming that you don't get silenced.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of like a poor man's LC in that respect, because the cast animation's worse and the range is also worse. So you can purge that off. Nothing else really worth purging aside from maybe Earth Spirit's silences, but wow, actually, IG have a ton of silences all over again. They have DP, Earth Spirit, and Silencer, but still, Abaddon has to deal with that as well, unless if he wants to cast Borrowed Time to purge it off himself. Wait, no, never mind. He can't do that. He can
Right.
silence. So you can't do very much with the Aphotic Shield, in my opinion, but you could do a lot throughout a drawn-out team fight if you go for something like an Aghanim Scepter on Abaddon, or a Radiance, I guess.
So to answer your question, I think, yes, he is a poor man LC in terms of the offensive department, because LC could give you the ability to get picks and stuff like that. But what LC doesn't give you is the innate ability to run forward and just not care about the initiation. So imagine if instead of having an LC, or sorry, instead of having a Abaddon, you have an LC, he can't stand in the front line to tank for the team because he will just get lassoed, dragged in, and kill. At the same time, you can't do that to the Abaddon, right? Like, you just waste your ult. So Abaddon gets to stand in a forward position to make Batrider's life a little bit more difficult, and he gets to obviously do the thing that LC does with Aphotic Shield / press the attack. So I think particularly if you want to just defend against Batrider, Abaddon's way better than LC, but obviously you give up your whole initiation aspect of the thing as well.
Yeah, but I don't even think they need to be worried about being super tanky, because that's why you pick these frontliners like DK, or not frontliners, you pick the carries like DK and Venomancer, because these are heroes that aren't very delicate. It's not like you've got a sniper on your team where you need to create this big buffer zone between you, the Batrider, and the rest of your team.
Yeah.
All these heroes can stand in the front, and none of them are really concerned.
My bigger concern is not about whether it's a good tanking hero or whatnot, it's whether it provides enough damage.
30 seconds.
Venomancer gives you damage.
So,
I mean,
I think he should go Radiance.
he has to go Radiance, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he has to go Radiance, I agree.
And also taking long and drawn out team fight against Chaos Knight is always like pretty iffy, right? You could come close to killing him and then he reality rifts you and you dead, and then he gets a ton of lifesteal.
Yeah, that's true. We talked a lot about this Abaddon pick, but I think CK is a perfect 5th pick for IG.
Oh,
there's not very much AoE on Vichy.
Row in by Boboka steals a rune.
What a play.
Okay.
Well, I mean, technically, oh wait, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they ended up with 2 runes in the end anyway, but,
Yeah, but,
Boboka
you know.
player.
That was supposed to be 3-1.
Oh,
By the
there's
way-
a lane swap, a big old lane swap going on here.
Yeah, they want a lane Paparazzi versus CK. Gaze of Death playing a 3rd hero, and Gaze of Death sees the lane switch, so he will do a lane switch as well.
Yeah, right now it's just going to be Silencer alone in this top lane, at least until Earth Spirit comes up to help him, but right now he's going to bother Ori in the mid lane.
Ori definitely regrets taking Fire Brief at level 1. Didn't even use it yet, and now wishes he has the armor and regen.
Jeez, yeah, each one of these right clicks from this Null Talisman 3 branches Death Prophet.
Yep. Also,
65 damage right now.
you normally start with Poor Man Shield in this lane situation, so I'm not sure why he didn't get the Poor Man Shield.
He wants the quicker bottle, I guess, but I agree. I think Poor Man's is better because it's going to help you all lane long.
Finn reports in with Enfeeble. Okay, this is like a very passive approach in terms of harassing the OP. I guess brain sapping him won't be too effective because OP could also heal, but early on you only get 1 Siphon so I still like the brain sap a little bit more.
Yeah, especially because OP can last hit with Crypt Swarm if he really needs to.
Right.
And he hasn't needed to.
Well, so far the lane swap has not really been done properly. XSS has not gone top, so Paparazzi is laning against Q. Q needs to be very careful. He does have a teleport scroll, a very early purchase one, and he needs it because if he gets scaled, he could get into a little bit of trouble.
Dead. Yeah. And OP is still last hitting just fine. He's losing to DK now, but he's still like not falling behind massively. And now Bobica dueling with Fenrir,
Okay, oh wait.
who is level 2.
He's gonna roll out. He should be. Oh,
He's gonna
jukes!
kick him into Roche.
Yeah! Roche.
Oh, he doesn't draw aggro.
Yeah, Roche is like, hey guys. Welcome to my home.
Your admiral is on board.
OP has now gone to the bot lane. Instead, Batrider has now finally gone up to go up against the Venomancer. And Gaze of Death might want to do something.
Silencer is very good at zoning Abaddon. Nothing much that the Abaddon could do against Glaive Harass.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can take off the curse with your Aphotic Shield, but yeah, against the Orb Harass, you can't do anything. I'm surprised Bobica hasn't made any plays on the Venomancer yet. Because I feel like Batrider plus Earth Spirit could easily kill Paparazzi.
Yeah, it depends if the Venomous Gale is on cooldown as well.
Right.
Because if you could Gale 2 heroes, then I think the kill attempt is off. But we shall see. He is maybe thinking about going up top. Nope, just checking a rune.
I mean, between Napalm, Orb of Venom Slow, and the short duration granted of the Rolling Boulder Slow, you still slow down the Venomancer quite a bit, but yeah,
Yep.
he probably needs the Venomous Gale to go for it. And he's going for one early point in ward, so he's probably going to keep Venomous Gale at 1, I think,
Yep.
now that Batrider has shown up in this lane.
Feeding a little bit of experience. I think he wanted to cancel the sentry, but didn't micro the ward to attack. Okay, roll. Shield gets used, so immediately curse from Q. Good harass, but nothing too fatal.
Torrent. Oh, but he gets the kick.
Gets a regen, but don't get too much regen, and now they're gonna block the roll from coming out.
Come on now. This is Bobica we're talking about. You think you can block his roll?
Fenrir gets
Can't
double
even slow
bounties
his roll.
up top. Paparazzi is having a lot of trouble here. I think what you really want in this lane against a Batrider is perhaps 2 to 3 levels of wards and just like build a zone where he can't come in. But because this ward is so low level that Batrider can just right click it down.
Well, now Bane has headed up top, so Fenrir has figured that Ori has gotten enough levels, which he has. He's about to hit level 5. He's got 2 points in Dragon's Blood, 2 points in Breathe Fire. So he's not really in danger of being zoned by Death Prophet. And now Bane's gonna try to get his own levels with this big ol' stack.
This ward is, by the way, so important. I mean, Bobica, all he does every game is help out mid anyway, so.
Yeah, that's an anti-Bobica ward.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good mid ward in general, it's just that it gets a little bit more value against IG overall.
Right. Now Lanham's gonna run into XXS.
Okay. Alanum could be dead
He
here.
has Torrent and he has X.
Ooh. You
I'm
don't-
surprised he didn't X himself, but
Wait, what is he? Dude, Lanham, just get the hell out of there. I was thinking of turning around for a kill. It's like, You don't see the early level of Flame Break. Because most Batrider don't have really the mana pool to support it. Hold on, the mid lane. Ori dropping low, the kick. Nice 2-man stun. And that's going to be a kill. That 2-man stun was absolutely critical, or else the Nightmare would have gone OP and they don't get the kill.
nah, the Nightmare was actually still from the Batrider, so it was still on cooldown.
Ah, okay. Well, still
Yeah,
flashy as
but
2-man
still,
stun.
Bobica, yeah, that's just vintage Bobica. Stacking a camp and getting the shine. Ugh. I'm telling you, I never get tired of this.
Bounty.
Double damage top. Nice zone away here. Hope he gets the rune.
More action mid as now Lanham joins the party.
Tower is under attack.
The Gaze of Death is having a grand old time. This is like that one Monkey King game that he had, where he was just pulling his own lane constantly and enjoying life as a free farming character.
That was CTY.
Oh yeah, it was CTY, you're right.
Because Gaze of Death only played Mirana and
Right.
Bloodseeker apparently.
Well, let's see if you can add CK to that list.
I gotta say, I don't remember Dragon Knight losing in the series of games we casted.
I can look it up.
So feel like it's just a good hero at the current metagame.
At least China likes him a lot, that's for sure.
'Cause I remember Super playing one yesterday, winning a very long game with it. These DKs just getting to that late game levels, impacting the game quite a bit.
I think you're right. I think DK has oh no. DK lost one game. Oh. Never mind, who cares? Kill,
3 men's
top
done.
lane.
Okay, there's a Nightmare. The Nightmare gets taken here, and looking to dive. He has 6 magic stick, but would not have mattered.
He was out of range for the +2. No.
Oh, he
Why
took
did
the
you
Nightmare
take it?
and
Bobuka should have taken it.
yeah, man, that was a misplay, dude, by Bobuka.
Oh man, now
Bobuka.
Lanham runs into Bobuka, or is it the other way around? As now Q is also TP'd with his Exorcism Ghosts.
The Ghost Lady getting followed.
Wow, he could have kept pushing top, but instead he wanted to get that kill on Kanka.
Okay.
I respect that.
Did Cube get that +2? No.
No.
Yep. Just tad bit late to the party. I think also throughout that fight, Gaze of Death was able to get a solo kill against Abaddon, because Abaddon did skill ult at level 6.
Oh.
He is holding a point.
What the heck?
What are you
Well, I
holding
mean,
it
sometimes.
for?
Well, actually, yeah, that's surprising. Because it's not like a Wraith King type situation. I mean, your ult is 60 seconds at level 6. You can definitely. It's worth taking it. Well, now there's the smoke up. Lanham is only level 3, but they're gonna find Q. He briefly walks to the low ground, wants to push, wants to pull, but he's gonna die instead.
Okay, so I understand why he's in. I thought about it for a bit. So you know how sometimes in the lane you get harassed down to 200 HP, and then you're level 6?
Oh,
And the
right,
next
right.
creep hits you and just turns on, so
Yeah.
I think you just hold that skill point, so you need it.
The
For the
thing
first
is,
time.
though, that if you get an unlucky roll on Chaos Bolt and you get stunned for 2 seconds, you can't hard purge your way out of it.
Can't you?
And
Can you
I
cast
imagine
it?
that was
You can cast it when you're stunned, right?
right, but you have to have it level. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
just level it,
So
yeah.
you can just level it at that moment. Yeah, you're right.
Alright. Paparazzi takes 1 tower, but he ain't going nowhere. He's gonna make a home here.
Yeah, no one can really challenge that home quite yet.
They need the Blink Bat to pull him out. But
Yeah, which he's making quite a good bit of progress on it. 300 gold away.
right now the net worth game very much so in the favor of IG. OP lucky bastard getting every single rune. Controlling the mid lane, leading by 1500. Chaos Knight doing great on the bottom. He's not shy about using his ultimate. I think he's used it twice now.
That's what you do these days. You just casually use Phantasm to farm. Although he does have one difference in his build, which from the popular build, which is maxing out Rift. Maxing out Rift seems to be the go-to thing these days, but maybe specifically against an Abaddon, so you can purge off the minus armor, it's not worth it.
I think against other heroes where you could kind of harass them down with 4 skills eventually, it will be good, but here, not too good.
Yeah, and plus, this provides him, I guess, like a fair amount of sustain with that crit being higher and the lifesteal also being higher, so he's been not needing help at all in this bot lane, but Q has shown up anyway.
Actually, the scaling of that spell, you don't get more lifesteal or crit chance, it's only just more damage.
Oh, yeah, what? Oh, that's... I thought... No, wait, it's 75% of the damage.
Oh, right, so if you do more damage, then you do more lifesteal.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah. That's a very confusingly worded tooltip, though.
Yeah. I mean, it does do what it says, so...
Yeah, I guess, but then why not have it calculate the critical lifesteal percent? Oh, well, as smoke comes out, Dragon's Form activated.
They're going on different targets. I don't think they will come close getting this kill. Yeah, I think they should have went for the silencer.
He sprints out. Yeah, I think they should have gone for the silencer. That's Fiend's Grip down and Dragon Form down.
Paparazzi needs to be careful. On the mid lane, good silence. Push back right into OP. No pushback, just a stun. And they'll run him down. XSS shows off the Blink Dagger, but doesn't need to use the lasso.
And they can push mid with this. Exorcism still has a ton of duration. DP activates a regen rune. She can just face tank this because DK's dragon form, it has probably about like another 15 seconds left on it. That's
Okay.
now Kanka goes down in the top lane. Shout out to Phantasm and probably getting critted in the face.
Man, Gaze of Death has really impressed me.
On lane. Yeah, he's been doing really well.
Yeah.
For not playing Mirana a single time,
I mean,
he looks like he's never played Mirana.
I think his non-Mirana heroes are better than his Mirana heroes. Because his Mirana hero, he's like kind of sit quietly and farm. But I guess even when he plays Mirana, he'll just pick up stray kills here and there. And you don't think too much about it, but yeah, he's just aggressive on the map.
He's not. He's kind of. I don't really know what Eastern carry to compare him to, but like he's not like Burning, and
No,
it's
not.
interesting that IG are still playing very well with him, despite the fact that he doesn't play like Burning.
I mean, I think compared to Burning, he loses the rock solidness. Although so far he hasn't really fucked up. But what you gain from him is that he's gonna be on the map and pick up kills. I think Burning is this less aggressive about finding these kills.
Yeah, he is, and Burning's not as willing to be left alone so early on in the game. Like IG, more often than not, they've just been leaving the CK alone. Other heroes.
Lasso global.
Nice
Ooh,
global.
great stun though from the Dragonite, faster than XSS. And now they have to back up. So what they wanted to do there is they wanted to lasso and global at the same time, so then Young 11 cannot debuff anybody that gets dragged back. But a lot of them miscue. As a Batrider player, you pretty much have to blink right on top of the target. Now CK gets stunned up, and now they are doing the 4-man gank. Silence not gonna be on Fenrir. Fenrir caught out on the backline though. They're gonna take him down. Great ult by Paparazzi. Wait, Fenrir is still alive. He's getting a ton of HP back, and now they're gonna surround OP. And I think OP is gonna die here. He's getting a ton of HP.
Dude.
Barely survives. Ooh, Paparazzi.
These magnetisms, no kick.
Man.
That
This
was his
ward,
last rock. He used it to try to extend the magnetize, but he didn't see that Venom was already starting to channel a TP, otherwise he would have just dropped it down in front of himself. So, yeah, that ward, man, that gave so much map control of that fight.
Well, this started it all, right? They saw CK farming there, so they just, like, torrent him up and then gripped him. And then the rest of the hero came, like, one from here, a couple from here. And then this just provided vision the whole time. It will get dewarded. I'm sure IG is going to check that spot now, but that was a big victory here for Vichy.
Great recognition of the fact that Global was down.
Yep.
That's the main thing that holds them back at this time. And I think Exorcism was down also from the cooldown earlier, so they got a big win, but that doesn't mean that things are starting to shift Vichy's favor. There's still they have to take these team fights very, very carefully.
Ray X here. And that's gonna be kill. Now, this war saw Batrider rotating up, so immediately you saw Kunga and Bane just port up here and set up the kills. So.
Mid lane, Paparazzi getting rolled on.
Okay, he's not very
Exorcism.
tanky. Yeah, I think he's gonna be dead. Wait, Aphotic Shield? No, they yules him up. Can they
nice
burst him down?
yules.
Aphotic Shield? Okay, back to the shrine. He's fine. I don't think you could dive him anymore. Now they'll turn it around OP. Are they gonna go for Bubblegum instead? They want OP. They X him up. They got the Torrent and Dragonite activating. That's like good silence, good global. So they drag him back, but they have no way to actually control him. Looks like they're gonna try to run him down. It's looking pretty good right now. 0-11 really going for it. Oh, here comes the horses. Gaze of Death comes in. Now the fight is going the other direction. Paparazzi says, not like this. Torrent gonna be good. Does he have a magic stick? He does. And the creep flies it over, but another drag back. Back and forth. Oh, they have more. One more reality rift. Bang!
Oh my god. Oh my.
3 rifts. 3
He
kills.
has lasso. He grabs the Kanka. He's burning underneath the sticky napalm.
One more right click.
Oh, heck success. One
Yeah.
more right click.
Wow.
Wow.
It was a good fight.
That was.
And then CK showed up.
It was so bad. Yeah, it was a good fight, and then it was a bad fight, and then it was a great fight. Because it was really good awareness initially by the Death Prophet to Yules up that bat. That is like, that was a high level play, because he suspected that if the Aphotic Shield comes in, then they can no longer get the skill. So after Venomancer goes up to the high ground,
They
DP's
should have
like, okay,
backed
I'll
up.
retreat.
They should have backed up earlier. Like they chased into the shrine.
Right, but I mean it worked out because then Vici were like, look, she's so heavily committed. Bobuka's out of position, he's on our high ground, we can get both. So they start going for the Death Prophet, Bobuka pulls out one silence, and then Global Silence follows up right after, and then Exorcism was just freshly cast, so it had all that duration. Gaze of Death quietly was making its way to the mid lane, suddenly Phantasmed, and now Silencer is a proud owner of +6 intelligence, compliments of its Chaos Knight.
So you're saying by chasing into the shrine, it was a great bait, mate.
Listen,
8 out of 8.
I always give professional players the benefit of the doubt.
Alright.
Always.
Radiant are
Except the
scanning.
Shadow Blade on Bloodseeker last game. That was...
No, that was just a straight up... Well, actually, no, he won the game. So yes, you know what?
It worked
Yeah, I
out.
shouldn't have doubted him.
Alright, here comes the siege. Bobuka in position to maybe roll. This is a...
Exorcism's up.
You need to put a ward up there if you're Paparazzi, because Bobuka's always in these, like, little random spots. But, the wards gonna give him the push. Paparazzi
Well, that's what you
finishes...
talked about. You pick a Baden to be a frontliner hero that does not care about what you have.
Right, LC can't even come close of doing that, so...
No, definitely not.
Well, the game is very even. The top heavy farmer is on the side of IG, but
Are scanning.
for the most part, it's very well rounded.
I wonder what the Silencer's gonna go for. I mean, more often than not, that's like one of the... You don't often care what a 5 position will go for, but this game, like you said, like the net worth is well rounded.
I think-
so. I think Silencer get... Oh, they smoke right underneath this dire ward.
I think Glimmer Cape would be amazing against Spain, Veno, and Kuka.
Yeah, so that was my question. Should he go for a defensive item or should he go for an offensive item? Like if he wants to go for something like a medallion to help out with DP's damage output, that could have a place, even though DP actually went for a Solar Crest
Yeah,
herself.
I think you just go Glimmer or Force Staff. But right now, the Dire, they're gonna play relatively safe. I want to say too
Yeah, I mean, they
safe.
saw the smoke, so...
It was like... So even though the smoke doesn't get any kill, at the same time it also like did something, you know what I'm saying? Because Vichy just respected too much.
Well, and they placed these 2 deep wards, which
Yeah.
is great. Because now they can take this tier 1 tower safely. And probably not have to spend Exorcism for it. So they can start just forcing towers. Phantasm's up, Exorcism's up. They're gonna glyph this tower, and then they're gonna glyph the tier 2, but it's definitely gonna get pushed.
Yeah.
So do you react, or do you go for Roche?
I really don't think Vichy has the item to take a head-on fight right now.
So
Okay.
they're thinking about Roche.
So I really like Lotus Orb, but I don't like it out of Young 11.
Is under attack.
I think he needs to do deeps for the team. I mean, Dragon Knight technically could do a lot of deeps late game, but he needs a lot of time to get there. And right now they're just losing buildings. Exorcism committed for this one, and she's gonna port to the shrine, so she will have Exorcism for this fight. I don't think they would get this Roche. This is a very bad fight for Vici. Phantasm used. They're gonna do the loop around here, and Gaze of Death. Alright, Global's gonna get used. They drag one back, insta-kill on
Nice.
Venomancer. No ultimate just yet. Bobuka on the
Bobuka.
back line. Magnetize on the whole team.
Single-handedly shutting down 4 heroes.
And now Roche is open. They could clean up the wards.
Exorcism's down, though.
Yeah, Phantasm.
And CK doesn't really do
Well, holy
much
shit, there's a
damage.
lot of Phantasm here.
Yep. Gaze of Death. Rolled lucky.
Back to 4.
So, I mean, Vici is definitely itemized to counter the
Is
global.
under attack.
Kunkka going for the Greaves eventually. And then, of course, the Abaddon going for the
Lotus Orb.
Lotus Orb, but... Sure, you...
But then who deals the
yeah,
damage?
who's hitting the CK, dude? I guess it's all up to DK.
Pretty much.
They just go back into Roche. No Exorcism, no Phantasm. Maybe they just get it here. Wow.
I don't think that they need those ults to be able to contest this. But the bigger question is, are they aware of it?
Well, here's the thing. Paparazzi
It is-
still has his ult. And he's gonna drop wards everywhere. I I think it's gonna be hard to stop this Roche.
Bad Rider coming in for round 2, but these wards see everything. And
right.
still Dire is scared, even without all these ults. Initiation.
Lincoln, he's slowed down, and now on the back line, Paparazzi gets up yo against the Gaze of Death. Boboka, they got the bolt buff on them, so that's actually really good. And now, Finver still alive, Gaze of Death, they're gonna try to kill that core. Big kill there, they do get him. So far, 2 for 0. And the team fight, I think, has dragged out a bit too long. Defensive Yo coming out, no X-Back. But the stun on the back line. They get Q.
5 seconds.
No, I don't know whether she's gonna use it. Maybe he will.
Oh, she's so close.
Okay, she's gonna actually fight this. It's gonna be a 1v5? Oh, that was just a throw, right?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no, not like this. So, evidently, they do need Exorcism and Phantasm because they went in and they just got blown up.
Yeah. It was a bad approach. Bat Rider was coming in from this area, and the rest of his team was coming around from this area. And so there was no organized target to go on. And whenever everyone finally congregated like near the side of the pit, then Venomancer got like a 5-man poison nova.
Right. I mean, hindsight is 20/20, but without Phantasm or Exorcism, where is IG's damage?
Yeah.
Like
you
magnetize?
could have let it go. Yeah. And it wouldn't have even been that big of a deal because DK taking an Aegis is not that big of a deal. Venomancer taking the Aegis is nice, but you can just kind of stall out for 5 minutes.
Right.
And Abaddon taking the Aegis, he doesn't have any damage, he doesn't have a Radiance right now, which he actually has dropped the idea of going for Lotus
there
Orb
you go.
after making big stacks in the past 2 fights, so off the Radiance battle.
Got him on the speed dial. Well, Young 11, don't fuck this up. Buy your actual real item.
Yeah, you say that, and the next fight we're gonna be like, wow, Global Silence, I can't believe Abaddon didn't Aphonic shield anyone.
I mean, it's not up to him.
Well, if he had a Lotus Orb, it would be up to him.
I mean, you know the term game-losing BKB.
Game-losing Lotus Orb?
Game-losing Lotus Orb right here.
It'd be the first time I've ever seen one of those.
I mean, the rest of the team has really itemized against it well, right? BKB up on DK. Greaves, well, need to finish the mech first, but Lanham's gonna eventually go to Greaves. And then Bane has a Glimmer, so he'll be effective even under Global. So, I think overall, Vichy should be fine under Global. It's more about, you know, whether they get, dance around CK. Oh, I really like this item choice out of Gaze of Death. Do you know how the Blink Dagger work with the...
Oh yeah, so it'll suck up all your Rift Illusions in like a...
Big AoE.
1200 AoE? Yeah, it's pretty big.
Right. So what you could do is you could Phantasm, and instead of running your illusion into the fight, you leave them back a bit, you blink in and you Reality, and the Reality will drag them from your original position. So pretty much you just go... It's like a very convoluted way to essentially go Blink Dagger on all your illusions.
Right. The idea is that you don't have to spend that 1.5 seconds inside your Phantasm cast animation.
Right.
So if you see someone like a DK, you just blink right next to him, cancel his Blink Dagger by right-clicking him once, and then all of a sudden all of your illusions can rift onto it without having to go through the animation.
The danger of going this mid-game Blink Dagger is that I feel like at this point in the game, CK really has trouble keeping up with people's farm.
Well, that's what the Manta Style's for. See that? He's farming.
Okay.
All good on the bot lane. Actually, he's missing all these last hits. He got one.
And also, you start to lose out on your item progression compared to, like, you spend 2k on not a damage item. You know, that could be your heart or your AC or whatever. So I'm
he
always...
didn't go for Armlet early on either.
Right, so I'm always really worried that, you know, he's gonna fall off quickly. I think not going armless right against a Veno. Because, you know,
I guess.
lose that HP pretty fast.
Oh. They see Young 11.
They can't go for him,
That's
right?
the last person that they want.
I mean, they
I
can,
mean, they can
but...
eventually kill him, but it'll take a while.
He's got Radiance
And he
finished.
has Radiance completed, yeah. Well, you got no choice.
Alright, go for him, I guess.
Wow, they used Phantasm.
Hit him. Alright.
I don't know about using Phantasm for that.
Well, I mean,
Because they can't push.
he's not shy.
It's almost like using... He's not shy, but you need to start being shy. You saw how that Roche fight went when they didn't have Phantasm illusions.
Yeah, he's got
It's an
Manta.
important cooldown.
Oh, thanks.
It's like Warlock Golem almost.
Light of Heaven, light. Here we go.
Golden Star of Heaven.
Okay.
See, like, now they're trying to go for this... Oh my god, Bobuka's going in.
Okay, he is going in. Glimmer Cape.
Everyone TP'd out. So, Fenrir...
Glimmer TP.
Glimmer Cape is up now.
Ooh, detection. Yules him. Nice. Oh, get that juicy +2, dude.
Oh wow, he was walking away from that fight.
Oh,
Q
cool,
was
guys.
on the edge of that radius.
Don't look at explosion, man.
I guess not. Smart guys don't look at explosions.
Yeah, it's bad for your eyes, actually.
It is. It's like the eclipse.
Okay. So Veno thought about going X and then goes back for a BKB. I guess so he could cast his ult during global.
I think he's worried about getting rifted and then immediately insta-gibbed.
Yep. Also true.
But that's just another perk of this Blink Dagger. You're not even going to be able to react in time, but whenever you get rifted in with a pre-Phantasm.
Nah, pro player, when they have the BKB, they go like... You know. They on that case.
Gaze of Death is going for a... Well, he had a Blade of Alacrity, which was gearing up towards a Diffusal Blade. Oh, no, okay. He finished off the entire Diffusal Blade. It was coming on the courier. And now he's going for a Scotty. So, Diffusal Blade is a little bit interesting to me. Okay. It does boost your damage output quite a bit, because all of your illusions will be giving the feedback, but there's not really anything worth purging. I think he just does not want to get kited.
But nobody's building Ghost Scepter or Yules.
Right.
So, I mean, it's
That's
okay.
Why usually the Diffuse is like a reaction item.
Right. I think that because they don't really have a good way to counter illusion, it's not like you're playing against Sand King and, you know, all these big AoE machine that your illusion is gonna stick around. So it's just a bit of added value. Starting to run out of slots though for himself.
Yeah, it's a bunch of mid-game items. Things have definitely quieted down in the past few minutes. But I think Veno and DK outfarm a CK and a Death Prophet, so Vici Gaming are happy with this.
Just what I've been.
I'm still a bit reserved to say like DK outscales other people, but the last couple of days I've been just watching DK hit like level 20 and then suddenly it's an issue. Especially this game, right? Splashing Frost attack on the DK or CK illusion.
I mean, right now it would be pretty valuable, but once CK gets this Scotty, then I think that it boosts up his survivability to a point at which DK can't kill it quickly.
Yeah, but
like
what
the
if...
times that we've been seeing CK illusions go down quickly, it's like the big crits, like from Sven and stuff like that.
Well, what if DK get a Scotty, dude? Remember that game?
That's true.
I think that might have been the DK game
the
that they lost.
No, so the DK game that was lost was the one that we had today with the Doom. The Doom that lost. He had a DK on his team.
Okay, I don't even remember that new.
You don't remember we had a Doom today?
No, I remember the Doom, but I don't remember the DK in that game. So.
Yeah. Well, exactly. That's my point.
Very little impact. XSS.
Oh, paparazzi. Ooh. What a ward.
He's playing with fire here, dude.
That ward takes so long to kill.
Alright. Blink, stun, Phantasm. He's got ult. Not sure about this. And now nice Manta dodging the stun, but Gaze of Death taking a ton of that damage and it's gonna straight up die. What kind of initiation was that? On the Abaddon?
What?
And now gets gripped here, and they're gonna clean him up. Well, still alive right now. The bolt connects. And survives a little bit longer. Lots of great damage. Trying to do the suckety suck, but not gonna be enough. Young 11's gonna survive through this. Bat Rider self, Yules as well. The long kick. Okay, Boboka, you're pretty good. at this game. Q doing the damage that he can. Finally will go down as well.
Curse is gonna finish him.
Oh, yep, Curse is gonna finish him as well. But still, the big team fight victory goes to Vici Gaming. It's gonna be they're all dead moment here. I guess it's not the worst, because the Vici cores also died, but jumping the Abaddon though.
Yeah, what was that initiation? What is the best case scenario for jumping in, chaos bolting, and phantasming on an Abaddon?
I guess you crit him such a high threshold damage that his ult doesn't trigger.
No, because it has to be one big crit.
Yeah, one big crit.
But that isn't how CK works. He works with a bunch of medium-sized crits.
275%, right? Is that enough? 275%?
It's not enough. You need a greater than 400 damage because the health threshold is 400. So you need to do like a 500 damage crit.
CK hurts CK okay, he's like 500, yeah.
Yeah, and that's against a target that does not have 17 armor, which is what the Abaddon has. I don't know what that was.
But they probably solar crest him,
because of God. But he blinked in.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Wait, actually, Reality Rift, right? Minus armor there.
That's
Look,
true.
It's not a good play. I'm just trying to understand why they did that.
I can't, between Magnetize and Curse, I can't believe that all the Vici Gaming cores ended up dying by the end of that.
Yeah.
They're smoked up. They see that Roche has nothing going on inside of it, but the scan catches the smoke.
Well, they think they might be Roshing though, but instead they're running right at them. Lanham smoke breaks. Can he get vision? Okay, Force Staff up to the shrine. Torrent's gonna miss as well. Boboka's here. They drop double sentry. Blink stun on Boboka. They're gonna try to burn down Global though. It's gonna make things a little bit more difficult on the back line. Very quickly, Kunkka dies before dropping his mech or Bolt. And 11, okay, don't focus on the Abaddon.
Going on Abaddon.
Abaddon now going on the Gaze of Death. The ult does end and he does actually kill him. Wait, no, he doesn't actually. It's 11 that gets the full HP. Thank you very much. On the right side, Ori on the run right now. BKB down. And Paparazzi fires a Venomous Gale, hits nobody. Ori still dropping low. The heal though from Abaddon keep him alive, and now they focus on Ori or OP. OP's gonna go down now. Blink forward. Q next one to fall. 4 dead. Bat Rider barely TP's out. Why, for the mother of God, you focus on Abaddon?
Give this man back his Bloodseeker. He's lost the privilege of playing heroes other than Bloodseeker and Mirana. Because the other thing is that he had Phantasmed near this shrine, and then he blinked like max range, and so the Rift Illusions ended up not coming with him whenever he rifted the Kunkka. So he just had his Manta Illusions, while the Rift Illusions started walking all the way down here.
I think all these fights just answer the question that you asked earlier. Why Abaddon instead of LC, right? Because this Abaddon's doing a hell lot more than LC would.
I didn't think that he had an Axe Taunt as his 5th passive spell,
Whoa.
but apparently he does.
I mean, if they don't focus him, then he heals up the whole team, right? So that's kind of how the hero works.
If you can burst him down first, I'm pretty sure if you manage to catch up to DK, he's gonna die before Abaddon can keep him alive.
Maybe.
Because this is why I was theory crafting the Aghanim Scepter.
Why'd they give Abaddon the Aegis?
Because they know that he's gonna draw all the aggro, so might as well give him 2 lives.
I mean, I don't think he needs to life, but okay. Alright.
Sure. Actually, you're right. Actually, he doesn't need 2 lives.
Hasn't really died. I mean, he did die in that one crazy team fight, but...
Yeah, I'm actually not sure why they didn't give it to Venomancer.
Yeah,
Venomancer is an
DK.
Aquila. He can... Well, DK I understand. He's a better cheese candidate, because you're not going to have your Dragon Form on your 2nd life. But I don't know why you wouldn't give it to Venom.
Oh, they're going to have AC for the next fight as well. Courier flying there. They also have Greaves finish on Lanham. Like, there's a ton of armor item, and this CK hasn't really gotten too much gold, because, well, hasn't really killed people in the last couple of fights. I think we might see yet another late game DK victory here.
He's definitely reaching that point.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, CK has kind of hit a standstill in terms of item progression. He's working on this BKB.
Yep.
He should Actually, I don't know if he'll be able to pick it up before the next fight.
I think the only way that Vichy could lose this game at this point is that they need to worry about IG's like cheesing potential. Like you have Phantasm and Exorcism, right? If you somehow randomly lose 2 heroes in front of your base, you can't just get straight up Rexed. So that's really the only thing that they have to be aware of. In a straight up 5v5 fight, I think Vichy's just gonna win it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Gonna take this tier 2 uncontested. Oh, and now Young 11 has completed a Lotus Orb, so he doesn't even need to be concerned about silence anymore.
Here we go. High ground. And he's got an Aegis, so I mean, come on. You gotta focus him.
What are you gonna do?
Okay. Alright, lasso him in.
Okay. Double lasso.
Well, okay, Yule Scepter.
I mean, double Force Staff.
I mean, okay, he's full HP now. Yep. Wait, base! CK's doing, yeah, that's the one thing they need to be careful about. I kinda just mentioned it. But now 11, Aegis is triggered, they're just biding time. CK gets the Rax. Now he's back. If they could defend this, and it looks like they will, Aegis is trigger, his ultimate's still on cooldown. Now Ori taking a ton of that damage, or OP, sorry, OP, gonna go down. Bad Rider. Back in the base, taps that shrine, gets X back, and he's also gonna go down. Buyback number 1 is gonna get triggered. Wait, but CK back in the fight here. Bane still very, very tanky thanks to all of the armor item on the team. Gaze of Death cannot get the kill. 011's in there, getting the kill on Gaze of Death. Gaze of Death gonna go down. He does not have buyback. OP, oh my god, look at the damage from 11. Zoning him out, and now they go back for the objective. Despite the heroic play here from Gaze of Death, sneaking that Rex, not gonna be enough. In fact, they're gonna go for the tier 4. No buyback for 1 minute from the CK. Alright, Bat Rider buys back. Are they scared now?
Also.
Okay.
No, they're not scared.
Alright, they're gonna switch targets for the Raxus instead.
They gave Bad the cheese.
Okay.
DK knows who the real carry is right now.
Alright, they might be correct. Abaddon going to work. Are they gonna lasso him again? Nope.
I mean, he has borrowed time up yet again.
Link stun on OP. Does not buyback if he dies again. And Force Staff out. Not going to be enough. And now they can go back for the tier 4. And they will. And we're going to game 3, boys.
Well, they're not tapping out yet, but it's pretty over.
Okay.
Nice X reaction.
Slowly but surely, Veno drops that ult. XSS back in the fountain, and now on the back line here, Boboka throws his life away. 6 seconds to Gaze of Death, but GG.
Yeah. There were a few strategic decisions from that Chaos Knight that I have to question.
Well, it's not just
namely.
It's not just a CK, right? That's a team decision, right? He doesn't go in on his own. So the team decides to go on the Abaddon, which we saw that on the base defend too.
Well, okay, so for the initial Blink Dagger Chaos Bolt, that was a team decision. But then after, like, so in that Radiant jungle fight, I don't think Q was like, okay, after you kill the Kunkka, kill the Abaddon right next to him. I don't care if he has Blade Mail, just kill him. It was, I don't know, it was weird targeting options by the CK, because we saw how quickly he would crit down heroes like DK and Venomancer, and they didn't have BKB during those earlier fights, but he lost his edge.
Yeah, maybe it came down to the positioning thing where Abaddon was always in the front and you kind of just can't walk past him. The whole Blink Dagger play for CK, well, it didn't work out because there was a Radiance on the other side. So maybe the Blink purchase, you know, I was a bit worried that 2K was going into essentially 0 damage and not doing too much. But not a good look for IG, and that means the series is now tied up. Again, we're going to see another Game 3 here on an elimination match. We're going to take a short break, and we'll come back for the last one.